Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to Tyranny. Last episode we did a lot of talking. And we currently have Ebb in the party. Ebb is awesome. We like Ebb. We're gonna keep you like that. That's correct. And this is still correct. Good. Right. We need to basically outfit Ebb with some spells. Probably a lot of them will be frost spells because you get bonus to frost damage. So we're gonna give you some... You can give Rhyme Spike. You got 52. What can I give you for 52? Take Rhyme Spike. Take Icicle Storm is 40. That's 60. It's not going to do anything else. 50. The range on that. Good. And Permafrost is -5 armor. Okay. Alternatively, you can also do Frozen Grasp. What else can you do? You can do light. You can do like you got Electric Jolt, right? Yeah, we can bump up your Electric Jolt a lot in damage. And you can go for a Concussive Bolt, right? If you can, Concussive Bolt. Okay. You have no healing at the moment, unfortunately. Anyway. Let us leave. We're going to go via the Ascension Hall because there's stuff to pick up along the way, I believe. I think there's stuff we need to pick up still. It's been a long time, but I think there's still loot to be picked up in the corridors outside the hall. Turn on fast mode. You can move a bit quicker, I think. Okay, definitely, yeah, there's definitely stuff to be doing here. Look at that. Definitely. The map has been changed. Plans, the Locked Iron Gauntlet. This item can be created with access to Spire Forge upgrade and proper materials. Okay, so... I said, okay, what can we actually do here? What can we recruit? We actually haven't looked at this yet. A smith who produces weapons, a scavenger, a trainer... Okay, okay, we're gonna put Rivos up there, and we're gonna put okay, we're gonna put a Rivos up there. How about that? Edict of Stone, the Edict of Fire, no edicts active there. Edict of Storms. Ooh, can we break these edicts? That'd be kind of crazy. But maybe we can break the edicts. Right, let's explore the areas as best we can.
Curious.
Heavy leather helm is still a leather helm. Heavy leather helm, but fine. Alright, Ebb. Ebb, you get to keep that. Well done, have a helmet. Hide it for the time being. Mending Grips, heavy armor. Momentum Gauntlets. On weapon crit, hit again, essentially. Interesting. In that case, I want to get that to you, don't I? Yes, I do. Wham. Get that up and running. You can go back to using that. Your recovery is going to go up, unfortunately, but you get armor from it, don't you? Sage's gloves exactly the same as Tideclaster's gloves. Right, ooh, what else can you get over here? Nothing. Everything else is normal, I believe. Scarlet Chorus leather armor is strictly better anyway. Scarlet Fury armor. Fatebinder's robes, Sage's boots, Scholar's boots. No, we're good for now. We're okay for now. We can go explore and see what needs grabbing. Ooh, level up for you as well. Nice. And this is research for dagger plans. That needs to go into there. Okay, so you leveled up. Congratulations. Your point's going to be still working on your cooldowns, I think. I'm still working on your cooldowns. And we're still working on Skirmisher for you, right? Or do you know? I think we know. We finished Skirmisher because we got Evasive. We got Evasive, so we want to start working on Duelist now. Ooh, you can get a taunt. Interesting. If you can get a taunt, I can get... Okay, if we can give Verse a taunt, she can become the tank. A DP... Ooh, interesting. Whenever she gets hit, she gets a stacking bonus to... Interesting. Killing Spree. Fury's Rush. I do like the idea of giving her Mocking Iron just to get a second taunter in. What's the alternative here? Battle Mind, Born of Blood and Fire, Improvised Attacks. Know Your Enemy is a pretty good one, actually. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're gonna start off with Know Your Enemy. Oh no, we're gonna start off with Mocking Iron. We're gonna start off with Mocking Iron.
I got it.
Okay. Hey. Okay, let's get into this kitchen area. What's this? This is Blood Moss. I believe you get Blood Moss. I think you get Blood Moss. No, I get Blood Moss. No idea why I get Blood Moss, but I get Blood Moss apparently. Okay. A spear, a Syllables, and some more potions. Okay, let's get a move on. I think there were still corpses outside. I hope they haven't reset. Maybe they have, actually. Maybe they have reset. Yeah, they've reset. The map is reset entirely. Weapon. Let's go up. Let's go up and around, see if there's anything on the walls. Yep, there's something here. Potions of invisibility. And something.
Sorry, I can't.
Ah.
Huh.
Ooh, hello. A lot more healing, and some camping supplies that we don't need. We can't even go down the wall.
Sorry, I can't.
We can't even climb up the walls anymore, because now we own the place. It's got our banner on it as well. Our banner, specifically.
Can't do that.
Okay, and then there's stuff here. Oh, there's one up there. I can't finish you off either yet. But we got you. Water.
Can't do that.
And then we can go over here to see this thing. Then we'll leave. Head over to Tunon. Go say hi to the boss. This is technically what I would call Chapter 2 of the game now, I suppose. Let's go explore the whole map before we leave. Just in case there's items here. There you go. What do you have here? A nobleman's hat. Okay. Iron ingots. A scroll. And a hat goes to somebody here. I believe those things function as part of the Spire. Here you go. They're part of the Spire resources. Okay, let's leave. Before I leave, I want to go up to the top of the Spire again. It's a teleport. It's literally a teleport. I've got control of the Spire now, so I literally managed to teleport up, I think. And there is the Revos, the merchant. Fatebinder, come take a look. The dirt-caked Apex local gestures to an old box at his feet. I've got a beastman cub in here. I doubt that very much. You step up to the huckster and peer down at the box. It's full of assorted junk, nothing more. Before you can comment, you notice him reaching for your ring belt out of the corner of your eye. You grab his hand. I didn't need anything by it, I promise. Just wanted to see how many frings you had, so I could adjust my prices accordingly. Revo's at your service. I've come into possession of some items that might be of interest. Are these stolen? No, they're not entirely licensed. We aren't standing on Terratus. We're standing high above any citizen who is subject to the Overlord's law, and this place couldn't possibly be subject to the same rules. Don't presume to understand Kyros' will. I will consider the legalities. In the meantime, show me your store. Whoa, hello! Fatebinder of Tunon's specific armor. That's pretty good, actually. I'd say pretty good. That's what we had. That's compared to us at the moment. It's less armor. Because what am I wearing? I'm wearing heavy leather at the moment, which is this one, I suppose. Which is strictly better. Okay. And of course you have metal, 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 and then shield, and then Fatebinder head wrap, Fatebinder helm, Fatebinder hoods. You can totally, like... I'm not sure how he has such good Fatebinder stuff, but he does. Scroll of phasing. Accent. Causes to leave a target in stasis. Okay, directed force. It's like, not quite fireball, but it's the one that's like slow-moving fireballs. Material force. Okay, it's a weapon augmentation. Proximate action is a... deflecting is... Alchemy supplies, bronze ingots, hides, scrolls. What can I sell you to, buddy? I'm gonna sell you all my weapons. All my armors, pretty much. Pretty much all my armors. I think if I'm gonna buy new Fatebinder stuff, I'm gonna sell... I was keeping my Fatebinder stuff because I was kind of wanting to maybe go back for it. I know this one, so I can just sell it completely. Broken, broken, broken. I don't know, are these just things to sell as well? I can't tell. Right. You can sell the mending grips. Can you sell actually you? What do you make of the mending grips? Heavy armor bronze, yeah, nothing. We don't care about it. We don't care about it at all. Wrought in ruin, that can go into there, to be honest. Sage's gloves can get sold. Azure bell, fine. Fine and dandy for the time being. I could, what could I buy with this? I could buy Sign of Phasing. Or Directed Force. I could go Directed Force. We'll just trade for the time. We'll come back to you. If we need anything, we'll come back to you. Anyway, let's leave this place. World map? Okay, right. So we are in the Mountain Spire of Vengeance Well. The small map of Vengeance Well is gone. We don't need it anymore. That small little map is gone. Sunset Spire, Lethian's Crossing. The Burning Library, we can't get there right now. Cacophony is the base of the Scarlet Chorus in the Stone Sea. Then you have Sentinel Stand, which is the base of the... I think it's the base of the... At least this favorite are definitely here. You can tell by the purplish color. Iron Hearth is the... I suppose is the doorway. And then we also have the Bastard City, where the Court of Tunon is, and the Sunset Spire. Anyway, we don't need to go speak to Tunon. So let's go do that. Tunon's Court. It'll take us 2 days and 12 hours. Let's walk our way there. Whoop. Right. Let us go finally speak to our boss. We haven't actually done this in our game yet. Anything around here? Lady Lucretius. Any petitioners that displeased Tunon would meet their fates in the pits below the court. Tunon is there. 3 more Fatebinders and some people who are having a conversation. Bitter Quip and Sevius we know. Okay, let's go speak to some people. There's no items in here, no they're not. Okay, Lady Lucretius. This well-dressed older woman stands apart from the mailing crowds of nobles. She stares off into the distance, oblivious to your approach until you're right in front of her. Oh, greetings! She offers a reserved smile. Anda Lucretius, formerly of Thistleholm. You have the look of someone who belongs here. A Fatebinder, no doubt. Do you need something from me? What are all these nobles doing in Tunon's court? Trying to look brave, I warrant, but if you keen an ear to any of their conversations, you'll hear a different tale. 3 years since Tunon set up shop in the Bastard City, we're still getting used to our new masters, and figuring out what we can and can't ask of them. They're smart, ring-plenty folk. The way they approach Tunon, you'd think they were raised under a tyrant's lash. Some have come to settle a grievance, others to pledge fealty. I've been standing around long enough to know that the Adjudicator doesn't care for empty gestures. How has the Bastard City fared since the conquest? The armies claimed the city in a quieter, more organized manner than I might have expected. I can credit them that much, to be sure. Kyros' forces made short work of our local mages. I never approved of the School of Wild Wrath, but at least they were ours to control. I'm not sure that the blood chanters I see on patrol are a much better alternative. We've suffered our share of hardships, but it seems that Kyros wants us alive. That's a more generous outcome than some of us were led to believe. Of course, the peace of Kyros is everlasting. What brings a noble like yourself to Tunon's court? Like the rest of the frightened inbreds here, I came to see Tunon and ask him to right a wrong. My manor was destroyed during the conquest. I told the Adjudicator my woes, but we didn't exactly see eye to eye. What is Thistleholm? It was my family's ancestral hall. The oldest stones dated back to the years when the Bastard City was naught but a dozen roofs and wagons clustering for warmth. Compared to the houses of the great lords, it was nothing special. Age had softened the wood, and its queer placement in the warehouse district set it apart from the finer grounds where lords and ladies strolled for amusement. It was a mess, but our mess all the same. I would invite you over for tea, something stronger even, but it would only disappoint. You'll find naught there but a gaping hole. What happened? Collateral damage happened. When the Adjudicator cast his judgment on the Bastard City, he destroyed the districts of the corrupt merchant kings, their manors, their counting houses, and yes, their warehouses. Aged, dignified Thistleholm collapsed as a massive sinkhole appeared under her foundation. The Bastard City's laws may not have been perfect by Kyros' standards, but my family followed them with respect, and never took a copper ring more than we deserved. I can't help but feel that my estate was not the criminal Tunon had in mind during his sentencing. So what are you going to do? That's the question, isn't it? If I appealed to the Adjudicator thinking he would see reason, after considering my case for all of 8 seconds, he awarded me a belt of rings and a plot of land on the outskirts of the city. Tunon told me to build anew and start farming. Farming! Can you believe that? Not even that I'm opposed to labour, but we're in a war. I can't have the Scarlet Chorus breathing down my neck or raiding my crops, and Kyros knows what else. So Tunon's word is law. Tunon's word is Kyros' law, whether you think it's fair or not. I can gain average favour with Tunon. Kyros' laws are made to serve the masses, not the individual. Minor favour. Stop whining and take your rings, justice is done. Minor wrath. And the Scarlet Chorus of dogs assist use your rings to high protection. Scarlet Chorus gain average wrath. I love my boss for the time being, so Tunon's word is Kyros' law, whether you think it fair or not. Don't I know it? Meaning no disrespect to you or your office, I never questioned the power of Tunon's word. I come from a long line of smart, ring-savvy merchants, but even I can't reconcile Tunon's justice with Kyros' law. There's something wrong about it all. Maybe Tunon knows something I don't. Or maybe... What do you mean? People come here for justice. They usually get a version of it, but it's Tunon's version, not theirs. Half of the time they don't even get what they wanted out of a ruling in their favour. The deed to a farm, for instance. Not to put my own ignorance on display, but if more people knew how Kyros' laws worked, they might not come here seeking a ruling at all, or even a fair one. Tunon is a servant of law, but he's the Overlord's vassal as much as any of us. Sometimes it seems that he uses his position to twist everything in the Empire's favour. We're just pieces on a board, and he can move us wherever the law justifies that we stand. That doesn't sound legal. Fascinating. Now how much is my silence worth to you, ungrateful one? No, we're not that bad. Tunon isn't one to change his mind, and fair as it may seem, the ruling stands. I had not thought to dispute the ruling, but I appreciate the kindness of your tone all the same. It is an uncommon thing to find in the Bastard City these days. Farewell, Fatebinder. Be well. Like me, boss. Like me. I am doing the good things. What's Tunon? Tunon really likes me. Holy crap. Tunon's on 4 already? My god. I don't expect to get any like big stuff about this, but you never know. Anyway. So we have basically a group of Scarlet Chorus, a group of Disfavored, 3 Fatebinders, and Tunon. This is a courtesan session. Clearly.
You call yourselves officers of Kyros' army, but your conduct falls short of my expectations. The court finds your accounts of Vendrian's well lacking, rife with misdirection and fallacy, fouled with baseless accusation.
I could interrupt, but I'm just going to listen. He's my boss talking after all. Your Honor, I have relayed the events. I have experienced them. You can well imagine why my version conflicts with his. She makes a dismissive hand gesture towards the Scarlet Chorus representative. On my honor, and that of the great general, I would sooner stamp my sword than perjure myself before you, Archon. Oh, so you imply that falsehood comes easier to my lips than yours? You're a fool if you believe the Archon of Justice won't see through your lies, because the disfavored think themselves better than an honest gang. Something went diggling. What went dingling? I'll have to find out afterwards.
Silence. The contradictions in your statements will be examined, and falsities threshed from truths. If we find you have perjured yourselves, Blood and Mark will see to your fate. Fatebinder, we will start with the matter of the Archons. Graven Ash and the Voices of Nerat have declared war upon each other. In addition to violating Kyros' peace, they have thrown the conquest of the Tears into disarray. By all accounts, these hostilities began shortly after your arrival. Tell us what transpired.
The Archons could not agree on who should lead the siege and descended into accusations of treachery. It seemed a mutual spat. The disfavored were more deserving of the honor. Our tactics and training outmatched the Vengeance Guard at every turn. What balderdash! The disfavored couldn't tip over a straw hut if they had a week to strategize. Our howling mob was better equipped to overwhelm the Vengeance Guard.
The Fatebinder presents testimony. I warn you both against speaking out of turn. Something more than a mere disagreement unraveled this campaign. But I will return to that in time. Let us speak of Ascension Hall. From all accounts, it would seem you were instrumental in its capture, or so the petitioner of the Scarlet Chorus testifies. The disfavored commander has a dimmer view of the matter. Lend me your perspective.
I joined with the Scarlet Chorus. We took the Citadel with an unstoppable advance.
The edict meant certain doom if the siege failed. So why, when your survival depended on it, did you join your strength to the Scarlet Chorus and not the elite disfavored?
Ooh. Now, do we big up the Voices of Nerat, or do we attack Graven Ash? Petty squabbles clouded Graven Ash's judgment. He was too marred in insulting the Voices to conquer the Citadel properly.
I will consider this testimony at length. The court thanks you for it. Is there anything you wish to add at this time?
I've told you all that I need to know.
Your testimony is accepted by the court. The statements of our guests raise questions in my mind. There is much about this campaign that has caused me to wonder. A shipment of iron weapons was short on arrival. Where coveted iron is concerned, I don't believe it to be a clerical error. One of my agents recovered this seal in Echo Call. It belongs to a merchant collective. Lethian's Crossing is teeming with their kind. If you would root out treachery,
Really?
I would advise starting there.
You want me to go to Lethian? Okay.
Petitioners, leave us. I would have a private audience with the Fatebinder.
I'm gonna say, like, going to Lethian's Crossing probably not the best idea right now. We did leave it in the hands of the disfavored, and they kind of hate me. We can speak to the 3 Fatebinders here as well. Fatebinder Nunaval. Ah, Sanan Tenys, you return, unscathed and more than acclaimed than ever. As seems to be your way, the Fatebinder of War clasps you good-naturedly and with excessive strength on the back. Come, you must regale me with all that your journey has held. I could use a moment of respite between friends. Speak as you wish. I'd pay a boar's weight in rings to know your thoughts. Come, let us speak freely. Ooh. I am curious about Tunon's masks. They can be rather unsettling, can't they? Even to one such as me. But I assure you that innocent need not fear their objective, emotionless gaze. What of the Adjudicator's mask specifically would you like to know? I would like to know about the Silent Face. The Silent Face is the face Tunon shows to us now, and for that we are fortunate beyond belief. The Silent Face is a patient face, a face for listening as Tunon presides over all matters brought to the court, taking great pains to ensure all sides of an issue are heard. I would like to know about the Face of Resolve. Tunon's last known donning of the Face of Resolve was the moment he judged and called ruin to half the districts in the bastard city. Since then he has ruled our northern tier justly, calmly, and with efficient diplomacy. What about the face that is no more? Tunon is said to have worn a third mask in eons past. I have heard a rumor that the face displeased Kyros and thus was destroyed, as happens to all persons and objects that displease our Overlord. Have you ever seen him change his masks? In a way that you or I would change our raiment? No, not as such. And yet I have seen the masks shift. They switch without the adjudicator or anyone so much as laying a hand on them. It is not something that you can watch unfold. After a time you merely realize it has already happened. There is work enough for the court that we shouldn't occupy ourselves wondering over mysteries. I've claimed this... I would hear of your past victories of the war. You're not tired of my tales, Sanan Tenys. I do admit I never tire of telling them. So what did you do, buddy? What did you do during the conquest? Okay, you went to the old walls. Okay, fine. How were you singled out to become a Fatebinder? You were in prison for a death sentence for the crime of desecrating corpses. Why burn the bodies? Because they were spreading... Yeah, so he was burning bodies which people saw as a crime, but they were plagued bodies. Yeah. It's a good thing Tunon spared you. As I have said, the Judicator saw within me something of rare value, as is true for us all. You as well were chosen for your great court, for which I am grateful. As a Fatebinder of War, I rely heavily on your talents. I have claimed the Spire of Vengeance well. So the court whispers are true. Someday I would like to witness for myself this tower that has risen above the realms like a blade thrust into the sky. Okay, we'll what about you, Beatty? You are Fatebinder Callio. Sanan Tenys, I see you have returned to the fold. Your exploits in Vengeance well are a matter of some discussion. The Fatebinder of Balance regards you with a discerning eye. For a moment you feel as if she is trying to peer into the very depths of your mind. What can I do for you? Has anything happened while I was away? Rogalis travelled to the Venom Citadel to secure the archives for our gracious Overlord. The sages there proved more stubborn than we'd anticipated, so Rogalis was forced to proclaim... Okay, so the Edict of Fire is one of the 3 edicts you can pronounce. I pronounce the Edict of Storms. There's also the Edict of Fire and the Edict of Stone. So apparently this time Rogalis proclaimed the Edict of Fire. Anything about Tunon? How have you occupied your time in the Bastard City? Assignments here and there, trade disagreements. You seem to know much about my actions. Have you been spying on me? Don't act surprised. It's my duty to ensure that those who operate under the Adjudicator's name are dear to the spirit of the law, if not the very letter. Of course, I have nothing to hide. So you say, but I have yet to weigh all the evidence presented before me with an objective eye. Assume you are being watched, Fatebinder. Don't concern yourself. There's no more than any citizen of the Empire can expect. Some concerns about the war. Bloodshed and brutality reign supreme. Peace cannot follow such cruelty. Such is the price of conquest. We will bring order to a land ruled by greed and corruption. When we've shown them the true way of Kyros, the masses will weep their gratitude and beg for our favour. It has already begun. Good, thank you. And then you are Rogalis. Rogalis did the Edict of Fire. So I wonder who proclaimed the Edict of Stone. I mean... Where did you study when you were younger? Court for as long... Ward of the Court for as long as you've been aware. Okay. What do you think of the other Fatebinders? Fatebinder of War. Nunaval's keen, brash, and a hearty braggart with the fondness for bloodshed. Maybe did he? Good. Callio is the finest among us. Her discernment is beyond reproach, and she's perhaps Tunon's favourite. She has a mind for suspicion and observation that makes others uneasy. We who operate within the confines of the law have nothing to fear, of course. What's your opinion of me? I've only pondered your impulsive nature. It vexes me constantly. Your support of the Scarlet Corps only affirms my belief that you are among the more severe and unpredictable members of our office. Fair enough. And about the Old Walls and the Bane. Old Walls. Bane. Something else. Tears. Previous questions. The Sages. Yeah, so you definitely did the whole burning library thing. You know what? Fine, let's go. I wonder who did the Edict of Stone. Right, anyway, let's go talk to Tunon. Next time. Next time, folks, I will see you here to talk to Tunon, our boss. See you then. Bye.